Hello, welcome back to Whiskey with A. I'm Eric. Now today we have a special episode. We're outside, so you know what? I feel like pairing up a Cuban with this Blanton Special Reserve. You know how I've been feeling that the Blanton's 80 proof is a little bit thin and it's less oaky, so I think a cigar is going to fix this problem. It's going to make the experience a lot more enjoyable. So what we have here is my last Romeo Y Julieta short Churchill. So let's grab it out. Alrighty, if I can get it out, here we go. Alright. Oh. Alright, let's have a look. Very oily sheen, very lovely wrapper, very cocoa. Comes with a double band. For everyone that doesn't know, 50 ring gauge. It is 4/7/8 inches. There you go. Alrighties. Have a little look there. I'll show you. See the triple cap. Have a little look at the construction there. Alrighties. Have a little look there. Beautiful. Alright. You know what? Let's not waste any time. Let's get it cut and we'll get it lit. Alrighties. Oh, a little bit of a slant, but she'll be right. Where'd that go? Gonskis. Alright. Alrighties. Let's get this lit, guys. Now, I've been enjoying these. I've paired it up with the Bundaberg Campfire Rum. I've paired it up with a whole bunch of things, but I don't think I have had the opportunity to pair it up with the Blantons before. So, sun is out. Why not? Why not? Beautiful Saturday. Let's go. Alright. Got our torch here, but it needs a little bit of an assist in the... I can't even see if that's lit. Oh my goodness. There we go. It's a bit hard to see out here. Alright. Alrighties, let's get it lit, guys. Maybe I should have done this first to save some time. But this is all a part of the process, guys. You got to enjoy the slow lighting process. Take your time. You don't want to overchar it. But I'm sure people in the industry would probably just get right to it. They'd probably just even use the big lighter. Even though people that are starting to get into it will probably, want you to use matches and want you to use a torch. Alright. I can't really see right now too well. You know what? Let's have a look. Alright. Let's have a look, eh? Let's see if it's lit. Oh, honestly, I have cut down on my tobacco consumption. I have not had a cigar for probably well over a month now, to be perfectly honest. Maybe it's due to the lower budgets that we are living with nowadays. But you know what? I figured I've been feeling like one for a while, and since we have a Blanton's open, we may as well try it out, pair it up together. So here we are. Alright, his first third. So right now, I'm not even going to take time of this, Normally these may go for roughly 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how fast you smoke it. But let's see what we get off the first light here, eh? I mean, felt really light, to be honest. Medium bodied, but there wasn't that much smoke production. But let's see how that draw is again. Yep, very light smoke at the moment. Maybe we have to double draw it, so maybe we'll do a double. That Cuban tang, I don't know how you're going to describe it. That salty, almost barnyardy. I just got like even a slight cocoa note just then. You know what? I'm going to pour up a Blanton's. Let's go. I'm going to try be careful, because if we pour it up and leave it, maybe a fly will crawl in there, and my paranoid mind doesn't really want to drink the bourbon with a fly floating in it. The dramas of Australia. Slight spice, but not too much spice. I mean, you're going to look at it like baking spices, like a slight cinnamon note, maybe like a nutmeg vibe. The smoke isn't really too thick right now, but the draw isn't necessarily feeling loose, it is a tight draw, like it's tight. The smoke isn't too much, but I think maybe it is just right for this Cuban. Now, like I said, it is a short Churchill. For everyone that knows, it has nothing to do about Mr. Winston Churchill. I believe this is more of a reference to the blend of the full-size Churchills. So, maybe they use the same blend in that to this. So this is classed as a Robusto. Alrighties, the size of it anyways. You know what? Let's pour some Blantons. The retro, not necessarily very spicy. It's actually it's very smooth on the nose, let's just say. Normally you might expect a real spicy, in-your-face first retro, but not this one. It's actually feeling really mellow for what it is, so definitely just a medium-bodied cigar, but you know what, let's pour up a Blanton. So we have here the Blantons that I just recently opened not too long ago. It is the Special Reserve, the Australian only release, coming in at 80 proof, which is 40%. Now this particular bottle was dumped on the 11th month of the 14th day 2020. So I essentially bought this a few years ago, accidentally broke the wax seal when I was doing the other Blanton's reviews, so I figured, why not? Let's just open it. Alright. Alrighties. Here we go. Hopefully that doesn't fall. Alrighties. The burn, it's actually burning really nicely right now, actually. No construction issues going on. I gotta legitly time these events really wisely, because every now and then I hear kids in the background. I'm like, oh, I used to be a pedantic parent, like, oh, get inside, kids. I smell tobacco. People are smoking outside. Get inside. So then I'm really mindful about that. So, I mean, even though we're in our own backyard, but you know what I mean? But, it's going really nicely right now, actually. Like that traditional Cuban tang. But you're not going to really say it's the most complex cigar now. But they do know what they're doing, guys. They have been around since 1875, as it says here on the band. Alrighties. Habana Club, Short Churchill. Very elegant band. I think it is that the red and the gold just makes it pop, doesn't it? That extra band is just a extra little beautiful touch to it as well. Mm. Mm. Beautiful. Alrighties. Blanton's Special Reserve. You know what? Let's have a sip, see how it tastes while we have some Cuban-esque quality smoke in our mouth. Let's go. Cheers, everyone. Smoke and drink responsibly. Mm. Mm. Oh. Oh. Well, honestly, there you go. You know, maybe this has become a special occasion pour now because we are having a Cuban with it, and now it is becoming that special day for it. It's that special occasion now. Because honestly, if you were just pouring this up by itself, like I said, if you are deep on your bourbon journey, if you enjoy your barrel proof bourbons, you're going to drink this and you're going to think it's a little bit too thin. You know, you could almost say it's too proof down. You know, I don't want to say it's watery because that sounds bad. It's not necessarily watery. There is flavor here, but compared to drinking something that has not been cut down and proofed down with any water, you're gonna look at this as very watery. All right, like the finish is shorter. That that oaky element wasn't really there. I mean, the original had more oaky elements, but obviously the original is 46.5%, so you are getting extra proof points in that, which really does make a big difference when you're enjoying your bourbon. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, I'm getting a slight oaky note in there as well. Slight espresso note coming on in the cigar, so you know what? Let's go backwards and forwards. Mm. Oh, oh. Alrighties. Now, honestly, it is probably recommended that you maybe pair up your cigar with something that is lower proof, because keep in mind, the cigar is going to go for roughly 45 minutes to an hour. Now, imagine if you were just sipping on barrel proof bourbon for an hour, you know, you might get a little bit shit faced. So, as we always say, drink responsibly, and I think this would probably be the most responsiblest way to enjoy a cigar. If you're drinking something that is lower in proof, essentially something that's less complex, because you're going to bring out the complexities with the cigar. I mean, this is a more sweeter, brighter bourbon, so it's actually pairing up really well with it. Oh, let's go back for some more. Here we go. Slight spiciness on the retro just then, but overall, it's very beautiful, guys. I mean, construction is actually burning relatively alright. I mean, a little bit wavy, but I haven't really needed to touch it up or anything, so you know what? We're going to need to pour up some more Blantons. Alrighties. But let's have another sip, guys. Here we go. Mm. 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 Oh. Oh. Saturdays, there you go. Oh my goodness. Now, full transparency, it's not even lunchtime yet, but it's Saturday. Who cares? People are too judgmental, eh? People judge you too much, you know? Whether or not you're drinking before 12 or you're drinking in the morning or, you know, people always have an opinion, but you know what? Since we are having a short Churchill, for everyone that knows, Mr. Winston Churchill himself probably used to start off probably at like 7 in the morning, probably with a glass of something special, smoking cigars all day, that man, and running a country. Honestly, I just watched a movie with him in it. I think it reminded me of like something like, you know, like the Expendables, but a true story version of the Expendables. All right, let me know if you remember what that movie is called. I can't remember it right now, but let's just say it's all about that, you know, the Nazis, the war, you know, during that period, and a, a unit of elite soldiers that were sent to try turn the tides of the war, you know. But anyways, let me know if you know what movie that is, but it just reminded me, because I was thinking, Mr. Winston Churchill. Now, they better get that character right. He better have a cigar in his hand or something. I mean, if he didn't have a cigar in his hand, you just got all that character all wrong, right? Mm, mm. Ah, mm. Let's pour up another Blanton's. Let's go. Alrighty. We got to be mindful. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to just keep pouring up another one. It's most likely going to happen. There is a 90% possibility of this, but a little bit later today, I am going to be heading off to a craft beer tasting. You know, it's like a free craft beer tasting from 1 till 6. So I'll definitely go cover that, do a little video on that. But before we go do that, I figured I'm going to relax. You know, I have been wanting to do this, like I said, for probably well over a month now. And honestly, I have not stocked up my craft beer fridge for a while either. Financial issues, let's just call it. Had to cut out a lot of our enjoyment things in life. But the thought's always there, you know. Let's just say I got like 3 craft beers left in my cupboard. One of them being a $60 beer that I've been staring at for like 2 years and I've been wanting to try, but now that it's like heaps older, it's like an older release, so I can't even find any more of it on Google. Now there's different releases from that expression, so I can't bring myself to open that right now. You know, maybe it's the collector mind coming in. So normally, if I can still find things on Google, you know, I would probably convince my brain, like, you know what? Drink it, enjoy it. It's made to be enjoyed. But, you know, deep inside, I'm like, don't worry, you can still replace it. But every now and then, you have something that you're like, you know what? This bottle is probably $1,050 now. I don't really want to crack that other one that I got or something like that. I'm hinting to the Booker's 2020-01 that I uncorked not too long ago. Deep inside, I was knowing that it's worth over $1,000 now, and I honestly just cracked it on an ordinary day. I mean, it wasn't no special occasion, but you know what? Every day is a special occasion, guys. If you're alive, if you're, I mean, enjoy the little things in life. Sometimes life can get stressful. Sometimes everything in life going on can bring you down, make you a little bit depressed. You just need to find a little bit of time to just take the time off. This is the taking the time off element. That's what cigars is all about. You get to have an hour of just not thinking about rent or thinking about work or thinking about the stresses of life. You get to just enjoy just for a moment. And that's what it's all about, guys. All right. Mm. Ah. That is good. That is good. You know what? Technically, I should be pausing the video. Maybe we'll share, like, all right, the first third, the second third, the final third, all that. All this video is going to go for way too long. I mean, if we're going to leave it recording this whole time, but we'll see how we go anyway. Because, I'm live, unedited, unscripted. What you see is what you get. Mm. Mm. Ah. Honestly, it was lacking in the oak department. Now it's got this well-aged cigar-y tobacco notes, and that's what pairing the bourbon with the cigar is all about. Because honestly, to get like complex notes in the bourbon, like, really oaky or that really leathery tobacco notes, it tends to be a $200+ bottle or a more well-aged bourbon. Now, I know this is a $100 bottle, but it's still essentially an 80 proof bottle. It's low in proof. It's a non-age stated product. It's low in age. I'm gonna count it as it's probably 6 years at max. So it's not necessarily gonna be full of that deep, rich, well-aged sweet oak or that leathery, tobacco-y notes. So you know what? This is how you get that leathery tobacco notes in your Blantons. I'm not trying to encourage you to smoke. Obviously, this is the more probably healthier option of tobacco products. You're not inhaling. There you go. I'm not a doctor, but, there you go. Mm. Uh, mm. Yeah, definitely oaky. Definitely, definitely almost woodsy, Oaky, woodsy. Mm. It's not really bitter. It's not heading towards bitter yet. You're getting that slight coffee note, slight espresso note. Not necessarily chocolate or anything, but a slight spice on the retro. It is a good quintessential Cuban kind of like flavor profile of a cigar. If you've never tried any Romeo Y Julietas, definitely go give them a try. I mean, even their cheaper ranges is reasonable. Anyways, all right, back to the bourbon. Here we go, guys. Cheers, everyone. Mm-mm. Little bit of a wavy situation here. Maybe we'll just correct that. It's like I had to do extra puffs there because it feels like it's not getting as much smoke now. But let's get this lit. And we're just going to touch up this side here. As you can see, That side's gone down, but this side hasn't. There you go. I hate touching up cigars, to be honest. But sometimes it just needs to be done. Oh, this ash is still holding on though. There you go. Not anymore. The ash just fell. Alrighties, we are definitely heading towards the second third. But you know what? I'm going to pause the video. We'll come back when we're getting a little bit close to the band. See if the flavors develop a little bit more, or if it remains like this. The flavors has been really consistent, but I know normally when the cigar gets towards the final third, you're going to get a lot more earthy notes, you know, from all that smoke, you know, going through and building. So, you know what, we'll tune back in soon, guys. Alrighties. Oh, change my mind. I'm not going to, you know, let's actually wipe some Blantons on the cigar. You know what, let's go. Now, for everyone that doesn't know what I mean, you may have seen a video of Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, you got to listen to that man because his voice is just so soothing. You know, you want to listen to him, right? Now, on a certain video that he does when he's explaining about cigars, he explained his experience of a man brushing some tequila on his cigar and doing this whole ritual, and then, you know, you even dip your cigar in the tequila and all that. But we're not doing it with the tequila, we're doing it with the Blantons. Alright. And I'm not going to go inside to grab a little bit of a cedar strip to do it, so we're going to use our finger. Alrighty, so, and keep in mind this is already lit too, so you know what, look at this. Boom. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Blanton's finger dip. This is the first time, guys. I've never done this before. Blanton's finger dip. Blanton's finger dip. And then you know what? Let's go for the dip in the bourbon, I think. I think that's it. Oh, we'll dip on this side too. There we go. It's a bit of a dip. Now it's going to be like somebody wet the butt. Anyways, let's see how it tastes. Here we go. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Am I getting much of a difference with this? Not really. I'm just being honest. Maybe you need to spread more onto it, I don't know. Maybe just roll the whole cigar in the bloody bourbon or something. But honestly, I'm not necessarily getting a lot of bourbony more influences coming out of the cigar smoke or anything like that. But keep in mind, it is an 80 proof bourbon, so it is pretty low in strength, and the flavors of that bourbon is already very minuscule as it is very proof down. But honestly, I'm still enjoying this experience. Now let's have some Bland's finger dipped. Here we go. Cheers, everyone. Hold on, we'll have another draw of this first. It is getting a lot more dark and espresso-y. We are kind of heading towards earthiness. Maybe it's because I am smoking a little bit too fast. It is enjoyable. But you know what? Let's have another sip, guys. Cheers, everyone. Mm. Oh my goodness. Now imagine if Blanton's just tasted like that without you having to have a cigar. Now, I know that maybe some people might even, I don't know, there could be some techniques to try extract this flavor out into your bourbon. You know, maybe you could leave, like some liquid, some whiskey in a jar with a cigar, maybe that's already been lit. I don't even know. Or some people infuse the bourbon into their cigars. But that's a whole different story. That's not about flavoring your whiskey to make it taste cigar-y or anything. But I don't know about the whole soaking your cigar in the bourbon and then drinking that bourbon. I don't know. Maybe you're like extracting some nicotine into the whiskeys. I don't know if that's going to be good for you, but But anyways, overall, this is definitely a very enjoyable experience. I am really enjoying this Saturday session pairing of the Blanton Special Reserve with the Romeo Y Julieta Short Churchill. Honestly, what a beautiful pairing. Mm. Oh. Uh, Obviously, they say you should really take your time, smoke it slowly. You don't want to overheat it, this and that. But sometimes it's just hard, guys. I don't want to be sitting here not enjoying it. But we are trying to take our time. Like I always say, smoke and drink responsibly. This is so delicious, guys. Mm, mm. My goodness. My goodness. Alrighties, you know what? I don't think it's really going to evolve too much. This experience is just going to be like this. The Blantons. Oh my. Wait, it just went from 4 or 5 to an 8. Just with that Cuban tobacco flavors in your mouth, pairing it with this, it has just taken up this Blanton's experience to another level. So, honestly, if you want to make your Blanton's an actual special occasion pour, definitely pair it up with a cigar. Maybe a special one, Maybe don't cheap out on the cigar, all right? There you go. But like, comment, subscribe. Much love to you all. As always, you are all appreciated. I appreciate everyone following me on my journey. It is a lifelong journey, guys. But I'm not trying to encourage you all to smoke and drink or anything. But if you choose to do so, do it responsibly. Quality over quantity. And as always, don't drink and drive. Alrighty, here we go. Mm. See, that retro isn't too spicy, but we are getting earthy. Oh my goodness. Oh. 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 Alright, all. Much love to you all. Catch you on the next one. Like I said, next video we are gonna go taste some craft beer, so definitely tune in. We'll even show the bourbon selections on the shelves, so it'll be half bourbon hunting, half craft beer tasting video. So if you're all into that, definitely tune in. Much love to you all. I'll catch you all later.